Hello everyone! Welcome to the 19th episode of The Weave. My name is Lucas and today I'll be your Dungeon Master. We are back after a break of a few weeks and we are actually going into another break of a few weeks because that's how we roll. We barely play any Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see. Do you even guys remember what happened last session? Let's switch.
We used all the stuff.
We have no spells.
Let's see. What happened last session? What happened was that the party, unsure about Millicent's fate, started planning what to do about the imminent attack on the Gralhan's villa. This was on the night of the 13th of Hammer. Thanks to the Drow map and Spyhorn's scouting, they managed to draw a rough blueprint of the manor and talk about the different options. As this is happening, a new visitor arrived at the manor, Arian Silvermoon, sent by Mert and bringing with him the troll skull that Mert said he'd recover for the manor and tavern. He tells them that Mert is interested in protecting his investment, so he sent his personal butler to help them with anything they need. The party is understandably skeptical about the new arrival, but as they are discussing this, under the direction of Sophie, that can apparently sense Liv's intent, Genhorn places the troll skull in its rightful place. This triggers something down in the basement, and after Elgin comes rushing up and freaking out, the party is attacked by a series of spectral creatures that appear to be the vengeful spirits of the kids that were killed by the hag all those many years ago. Arian proves himself during this battle, apparently gaining some goodwill with the party. And after dealing with the vengeful spirits, they all make their way downstairs, finding a new tunnel that after a short distance opens into a small room full of bones, mostly kids, but appears to be some adult bones amongst them, and an empty cauldron in the center of the room. They also find a very rusty door with a lockpad that appears to not have been used in a very long time. Silas breaks the lockpad open, and the party moves down old and unused stairs, leading down into a room with no exits. Arian finds a way to activate a secret door leading to a closed-off section of the sewers, with a ladder leading to what appears to be a walled-up entrance to the main sewers, and a waterway nearby that Silas remembers through one of these events he sometimes had, should lead to the main underground river that ends up in the lake surrounding Skullport. The party then decides that this is both a useful potential escape route or a place to hide stuff, and secret access to the sewers, eventually retreating back to the manor. Then they actually decide to pursue the attack on the Gralhan villa. Well, they go on a bit of a scouting mission, and as they are placing themselves across the rooftops and trying to figure out what's going on, suddenly everything kicks off as the Zendrim, led by Erstal Fluxin, start the attack. I'm not sure if it was that session or the other one. You had warned the Drow that the
Previous one.
That was the previous one. So apparently the Drow are not there, but there is a lot of confusion. A storm blaster, storm blaster is thrown. Yeah. This alerts the guards, and a battle ensues in the main area on the ground floor of the manor. At the same time, you all decide to break into the manor through the balcony, using different abilities, having to deal with some kind of mastiff shadow creature, eventually making your way there and battling it out with a big orc that was, half orc that was defending the Gralhans. There was also a Nimblewright there that was the one that matched the description that threw the fireball that started this whole business. And after a battle in which you managed to kill the half-orc and corner the Gralhans, the Nimblewright escapes with the Stone of Galore, but apparently everyone is able to jump off windows unaffected, at least the nimble frontline fighters can. So they all just jump out the window, and a chase ensues. At the same time, Genhorn and Niall, they are negotiating what to do with the Grandhouse. The Grandhouse decides that at that moment everything is lost and the kids is their only concern. So they encourage you to take the kids, and they will make a last stand to protect your escapes. And so the kids are safe, but them not also fleeing. You go, you take a couple of horses, a very good one with a really nice saddle and horseshoes, and another like more normal one, and you join the chase. Eventually, you kill the Nimrite or disable it somehow. You and Silas escapes with the Stone of Golor back to the manor. The rest of the party makes their way there, and as you reconvene in the manor, you enter the tap room with 2 horses, 2 new kids, and you find Silas there, stone in hand, a floating glass of wine being offered, and you said,
I think we've got some planning to do.
I think we've got some planning to do. And that's where we left off. Sorry, it was a bit detailed, but just to make sure that you had everything in your hand. And in fact, I have 2 things to give you that I have forgotten. This is what you have in your hand.
Wow! I got my
this is yours,
first
by the way.
badge!
It's not a
What's that?
Fucking hell.
Oh.
It actually looks slimy.
It does.
So it is missing the 3
Yeah, the
eyes.
3 eyes. What have you got?
What the hell did they fit
No.
the eyes in there?
Is one of the eyes?
Oh, damn it. I knew it.
It's a secret. What I have.
So that's where we left off. Wait,
So,
is that?
What?
Yeah. It's fine.
I
Yes,
attacked.
the mic is fine. So yes, what do you do? It is the night of the it is kind of like middle of the night at this time.
Canorn,
Yeah.
what's with those 2 kids?
Right, so basically, they were probably going to die if we left them there.
Who are they?
The Grothan's kids.
You got the bloody... That's not even my voice. I'm a pirate.
I'm not angry.
Carry on.
Yeah, so we're going to look after them, make sure they're alright until we can get them somewhere safe.
We can't look after the children. They're gonna know that we were at the manor.
I mean, they already know that we were at the manor.
I did.
Who knew that we were at the manor?
Well, everyone that saw us there.
I tried to get the woman.
What?
But,
She fought me off.
for what purpose?
Well,
Because
just
I
trying
tried
to
to
save
die.
them because, you know, they were going to get murdered otherwise. So.
The goal was to get the stone.
Yeah, that makes sense, but...
Well, we got the stone, didn't we? So.
We can't keep getting children back here.
Hey, hang on a minute. What should we do about him then? What's the plan? What do you have in mind? I
Right,
presume
well-
you had a plan, right?
Yeah, so we should probably get them somewhere, like speak to one of the temples or something, see if they can.
I needed the woman for evidence. Maybe they know something about all this and they can explain.
Well, I don't think we should be questioning
our superiors.
right now.
Children!
The kids are looking at you both.
What's your names?
I will tell you in a second. Let me see. Grahams. We have. Sorry. 1 second.
Maybe we can give them to the Castellans. They need new
Yeah,
children.
That's really fucked up.
Well, we can't look after them. We're now more of a target than ever. They're not going to be safe with us, are they?
Right,
We've
yeah.
got the thing that put them in danger in the first
We should
place.
probably.
You don't even look after the other kids.
We should probably get that somewhere safe straight away.
What do you suggest?
Well, the tower, the Black Tower, is probably.
I thought we were not involving them.
Well, they were already involved. We're kind of working for them.
Well, you're not. He
You
is.
want me to say, hey boss, here's some children.
Well, no, the stone, not the kids.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't think we were going to give over to the black stuff. What with?
I'm not sure that was the agreement. I thought we were going to find out get to the bottom of this and then...
Well,
The black stuff wants proof and evidence, and this by itself is nothing. It's just a stone.
The oldest kid interrupts, kind of like.
When he remembered his own name.
When he remembers all this, it's like he's a bit rattled, and kind of like steps forward and puts himself between the younger kid and you, kind of like in a protective fashion. My name is Zartan.
Zalatan.
Zartan, like Tarzan, but
Zartan.
but with the T and the Z.
And that's the boy.
Zartan. And the other boy is Greth, the brother. This is Greth, my younger brother. And what are you going to do with us?
Do you have any family? I mean, other than the ones that we may have just removed you from.
In Yartar.
Yeah.
In Yartar, we have family in Yartar. My sister, our older sister, is there, Thomasin.
Is that where your cousins are
Yeah.
from? Yata?
Yes. I've heard it's a place not to be.
Pretty far away, isn't it?
Yes, we're not going there.
Look,
You're not going there. Right, anyone else?
What?
What are you going to do? Are you going to help her? Are you going to help my parents?
I'm sure. Look, your
Well-
parents are very sneaky. I'm sure they're fine.
We need to stay. We need to stay hidden. Mama always said, if things don't go well, you keep hidden, keep safe. Is this place safe?
Do you know why you need to stay hidden? Did your mother tell you?
Well,
anything?
because if things don't go well for us, it means that people might want to get us, use us as a leverage against our family. So it's better, and it is very dangerous for us. So that's what we know.
Right. Do you know what this stone is?
That's Mama's stone.
It's just Mama's stone.
Yes, it's her stone.
Useless.
We know what the stone is.
I know, but I need someone to confirm.
Why?
My words don't mean anything to Blackstaff anymore.
I thought you were on probation anyway.
Yes.
So isn't it better if you don't appear that you've been, say, going to a noble's house
And stealing their children.
stealing their children and their horses and
Oh,
their
the
property.
horse stain. I'm thinking of a name right now, actually.
So I think
Starshine.
in
Moonlight.
light of your predicament, it might be better that you don't tell the Blackstaff of your current massive disruptions this evening.
No, I mean, I tell them if they knew anything, but they don't, so I can't give them innocent children.
Who do we know? You must have something, some area you could leave them, like in a garden or a...
What, by themselves in a garden?
No, with your bunch of, wind friends.
Wind friends.
You know, there was that lady that was the maid of the wind or something.
What, you think I can just leave children with a spirit to look
That
after them?
building that we were in with the wind lady and the...
Oh yeah, but I can't just leave people there. There's not really...
Oh, we can't leave them here. We've got...
Can we not afford them the safety for this evening?
Yeah.
We can return them tomorrow morning.
Well, no, that's fine, but I mean, it's just too late now to do anything, but we need a plan for tomorrow.
Well-
We can't...
What about your temple? Sure, they could look after them for the evening.
Why is it always me?
Well-
I'm not dumping them.
We're not dumping them, but if we just take them to the temple, then they can look after them. They would be able to shelter them for the evening.
I think the evening is fine.
We
It's
need
more of a
someone-
long-term
We
issue
need
rather
someone who
than...
doesn't ask questions.
Well, yeah, we need to obviously find out what happened at the manor after we left.
Well, I assume...
I'm sure we'll find out from the papers tomorrow.
Well,
I think we need to distance ourselves from this whole, skirmish at the Growhuns. We weren't there, were we?
But we were seen.
Right? But there'll still be people looking for these children, whoever we leave them with. Will
Exactly.
be in danger.
Which is why you probably shouldn't have taken them in the first place.
I didn't
It's
want
not
to.
our responsibility to look after
He shoved them
every
on my horse.
child.
That's, I mean, this guy, it is done. I mean, you were trying to do the right thing. It is done now. I guess what we need to do is find out what to do with them tomorrow.
By the way, they had a really cool axe up there.
Well, why didn't you take that instead of the children?
Did you see that?
But
Did you see that?
I saw the horn and other people.
Did you see
no,
what they did?
I mean,
Through
I'm
the hole.
surprised. I mean, are you now venturing into our line of business, so to speak, taking horses, taking axes from...
So we already borrowed the
These,
horses.
these
gonna
were
borrow
all, these
the
were all
horses.
given to me.
According to him.
Yeah, well, I kind of technically probably own the kids.
That woman told us to take the horses.
Well, yeah, but not the
She
kids.
said, take the children, take the horses.
What if you send the children to one of the temples, be it your
Sorry.
whatever it is in your place. We don't introduce them, but give them, I don't know, like a token or something of your faith's goodwill and say, our parents were murdered, can we come in?
Yeah, they're the sons of one of the noble families in the city. If we send them on their way tomorrow to a place of safety, the city should take care of
I
them.
know, actually, I just thought.
And then they ask the children
I know
questions.
who would look after these children for us. We're near.
Would he? I mean, the man's half-baked and he can't even look after himself or his friends. We found him smelling the fish.
It would
Well-
be unwise to assume that their parents are dead.
Well, I mean,
We shouldn't really talk about that in front of the kids, but they're probably
That's a
fine.
good
Yeah.
point.
Like, I assume they're going to be captured. Because
Well, the city watch was turning
they're
up.
still looking for
the city watch were turning up.
Yeah, after we'd all left, they were turning up at the scene. So
Well, why don't we just wait till tomorrow and find out what happened
I mean,
to the Growlhands? They might still be alive, then our problem is solved.
we'll
In
have to go
fact,
back now and have a quick look if you want.
I've just realised that it was snowing and you've led horse tracks right to this house. And if the city watch were turning up, they're going to follow those horse tracks.
Well, no, because if it was snowing, the snow will keep going and cover the tracks back up.
Well, yeah, in time,
Also, there's probably like other horses moving around the city, so.
but
Yeah.
at night time, hardly.
Speaking of which, regardless, we need to be on our A game. I mean, we might be visited at night by someone.
Should we all take bunker up in the top floor then?
Yeah, we should do watches as well.
I don't like the thought of it, but I was almost killed last time in my room.
Yeah, we should. Whoever's doing the watch should be in the. Maybe two people. One of them in the pig turret, another one, like in the, whatever. From here you can see all this area.
If we could spare the time, I would appreciate going to the temple first.
Oh, you're gonna take the children to your temple.
No, for my wounds. Sorry, the fight hit me quite hard.
Yeah, you look a bit worse for wear. Is there anything you can do, Benon? I'm also a bit hurt, by the way.
I must say, I am smarting probably equally as much.
I am also pretty hurt. But I
Well,
do have a horse, so I feel good.
I ain't got much left in me for the day. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
If we get attacked in the middle of the night, I'd rather
Well,
save what I've left in case.
I guess we could, OC, we could argue that we're taking a short rest now. before
Yes,
the end
yes,
of
you
the
can take a
night.
short rest now.
Okay.
I'd still want to go to the temple.
Okay.
Which temple? Will they look after the kids?
I think it'd be unwise to take any children anywhere. If the Growlhands come tonight looking for their children, we tell them we've disposed
Just
of them.
murdered like
So
We don't dispose.
That makes it sound like we ground them up.
left them at a temple after.
Alright.
I think they should stay here tonight. Tomorrow will be another day. We'll have more information. We'll know what to do about it.
Let's get everyone up to the third floor then, and let's barricade the. There's only one stairway up there. Let's barricade that up a bit, and then at least if people try to break in, we've got a bit of a.
Okay. How far is your temple?
It's I guess the other side of the city. To the
Do you
to
think
the
that's
west.
Do you think that's wise?
I mean, if they attack now, I will fall. If they attack me when I'm running up.
Well, after a little rest and you recover a little bit of your energy.
I could, sure. I'll hang around for a short time and then I will.
Well, you're going to the temple tonight.
It seems wise if we are attacked in the night.
Aren't the people going to be asleep? Acolytes and the like. It's
Do the temples go to sleep at night?
What temple are you thinking?
I'm thinking the temple of Selune.
Sirene, no, it's open 24. That's one of that's the biggest one in the city. So open 24/7. There's always acolytes in that you can call on. And most temples have like a night duty, a nighttime like watch, and in case things happen that require.
Emergency dispensary.
Yeah,
The glass
exactly.
window.
It's mostly in case, in the same ways that the watchful order keeps fire mages, in case there's something in the city that.
Arian, I don't mean to be overly mistrustful, but we only just met you and we've been involved in a rather fraught affair. You going on by yourself to a temple feels a little bit on the suspicious side right now.
Well, will they heal us all at your temple? Or at least some of us?
Oh, it's your temple.
I think
as well,
my
is it?
turn.
Well,
We don't know that.
Oh
yet.
yeah, that's that. Okay, just
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not my temple. I'm not an acolyte, but the temple of Solune is open to everybody,
Okay, if someone goes with
Excuse
you,
me?
then
as I'm sure you're aware.
I don't know you. From the temple?
As I say, I'm not an acolyte.
It's about 25 minutes by way of walking.
Well, I've already been there. I don't want to abuse the system. But let's go.
Now.
I know a man.
Would you mind if I just take a look at the stone a second?
For what purpose?
I just want to have a look at it.
I cast Mage Hand and like move it in front of you. No, then as you try and grab it up, pull it back. You can look, but at this point in time,
Look, we're on the same side here.
yeah, we are.
Then
No, I move it back into my hand. But, you know,
What a tease.
I feel a lot safer with it in my possession. You don't have a reason to look
what do you
at
want to look it for?
I just want to take a look, see what's.
It's a stone.
We'll just give me for 2 seconds and have a look at.
No, I
think-
won't put it in my...
Salus, I think if we are going to work together, I think we need to trust each other. Otherwise, this is going to set a bad precedent.
It's probably safest with me, to be honest.
Can I examine the stone to see if there's anything? There's probably like a long shot, but back when I did like some research in the library, if there's anything from that might.
Okay, make based on your make an intelligence check.
19.
19. So just based on what you found about the aboleth during your paid for research, there is a distinctive feature of the stone. The three eyes are arranged in a row, and that's exactly how aboleth eyes were in the images you saw. You saw a drawing of an aboleth, these old ancient creatures from before the gods, essentially, and it did look like this, and this is what an aboleth eyes look like.
Holy mother, that's
They
not a
are
pretty face.
in a column, in a row here, all three, and the stone reminds you. You know, it is pretty much like an aboleth, like face, only like very small. So it definitely, triggers that memory of the drawing, and you get the feeling there's something about this. There's a tingling sensation of that you also heard a bit or felt. It's like there's something about this stone. It's not just a stone. There's something about it.
I'm going to cast that magic whilst.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is incredibly powerful aura of magic around the stone.
Particular school?
It's just. Yes. It is.
Aboleth duration.
It is a mix of abjuration and enchantment.
Be careful with that, big guy. That's a lot of magic irradiating from that.
Yeah, there's something strange about this. I don't really
Yeah. Seems to
know
have
what
a,
it's-
yeah,
We
seems
should-
to have an aura of abjuration and enchantment, perhaps.
People wouldn't be after it if it was ordinary.
If we if you want to keep this hidden, we should probably get like a lead box or something to keep it in, to try and block the magic from being detected.
Yeah,
That's true.
and then hide it down in the...
Don't suppose you know anywhere to get one of those at this time, right? Do you?
That, I mean, that old cauldron in the basement, what do you think that's made of?
It was copper.
Copper? Mm.
I know a few people that operate at this time of night, but... whether they'll have a lead box,
Well,
maybe, but whether that doesn't make them send off a few alarm bells.
Or would you have to ask? Do you have to ask them for it, or could you just borrow it?
Oh, well, no, I thought you meant vendors of the illicit.
Yeah, but when's that stopped you before?
No, steal
It's,
from
it's
your
more about the
friends.
attention they would call to himself. I guess you can always say it's for a rich idiot, a rich merchant that's paying you good money to get it.
No, these people are connected. Raid on the Grauhan's house is going to go around the networks like
No.
fresh.
Elgin,
Ah, yes, cousin.
does father keep any lead boxes?
Lead boxes.
Yes.
Um,
Probably has a use for them.
yeah, he keeps some. I think he has some. Yeah.
Thank you, Elgin. Off you go.
Always pleasure, cousin.
Back to the basement.
So what's gonna happen with these horses? They're very distracting in my line of work. You know, it's they're gonna be shitting all over
Don't
the
ruin
tap
it.
room.
Don't
Don't
you
ruin
need
the
manure
moment.
for your experiments?
No, I don't use manure. I could use manure.
So the donkeys go in. The
Donkey.
white ones stay in.
Well, we can't keep it in the tap. We're paying God knows how much to get this place renovated. We're not having
Also,
horses just wandering around.
this is a very easy to identify horse.
It's
Sorry,
indoors.
there was also another horse thing your aura detected.
The modern dagger.
The saddle in the fancy horse is magical, and the horseshoes
Holy
four
moly.
ping. Boom, boom, boom.
What type of what aura?
Um,
Well, let me just say.
it's
Nothing from the kids.
one appears to be transmutation. Actually, transmutation and yeah, it will be both transmutation.
Okay.
There's
Well-
nothing from my new dagger that I got from the Nibelrite at all.
The die from the Nimmerite.
Yeah.
Don't think so. No.
You know, actually, it might not be such a bad idea to keep that horse,
Thank
or
you.
at least keep the saddle and the horseshoes.
Well, what are they without a horse?
Well,
But
you
in-
could put them on a different horse, and that horse would probably be swift as
Yes.
this one.
Yeah, I've never seen a horse this pretty.
View? Was it fast?
Yes!
Mr.
The wind
Mr.
was
Horse,
blowing my cheeks.
are your horseshoes magical?
It kind of like well, you can speak, but they
Yeah, you can simple ideas.
simple ideas. But can they like also
Yeah.
speak the thing?
I understand what they're saying.
You get the feeling that the horse is very comfortable with these horseshoes. They are really nice. Memory foam.
Yeah, because they're really good. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if we're given the horses back, I say keep those. I mean, as a hosting, housing the horses for the night, stabling.
Now that you're done examining, until we get our hands on a lead box, if you wouldn't mind, you are quite large and slightly clumsy, so I would feel.
oh yeah, you can look after it.
Thank you.
I thought you were a charmer.
You
It's been a long day.
you two more familiar. Wait, actually, and you, with all particularly for the houses you work for and your background with nobles, you know this horse must be quite expensive. It's a fine specimen.
Maybe. I was going to say, if we head out, then if we are going to a temple, and you can get your hands on a lead box from your father's shop, maybe it'd be beneficial to leave the kids at your house. That way, if anyone does come to ours tonight,
With my family?
well, I mean, it's safer than a house that doesn't have a roof.
I can.
Not put my
I'll
family in danger.
take them all. I'll take Jenks and what would you called?
Squidly and
Goodley and no.
Nat.
I'll take him to Laureneers and ask him if he can look after him for
Well,
the
no,
night.
the others, they can't. They live with us. Like
Yeah,
they lived
but-
here before.
After the whole ghosting earlier on and whatever else might happen, I'd rather.
Listen, why don't they spend all the night here, horses included, and we'll know tomorrow what to do. There's no point in rushing in the middle of the night to
Alright.
try to place them somewhere. The only thing we should do is get that lead box, and you guys can go to your temple.
You should all come because I want you to meet someone.
Is it your father?
No. No.
Well, someone's got to look after the kids.
So-
You can't bring all these
Yeah.
kids. I'll stay here because someone's got to look after.
Yeah, and
That's
also
what you need.
I'd rather only you two left. The more we're here
I
to
think.
protect the stone and the kids.
Yeah, I think it's safer
better.
if we keep the stone here. I don't
Yeah.
know,
I
but
thought you needed to go get yourself seen to.
I'm alright. I've got a few scratches, but
I'm also hurt, but I'd rather stay rather than
We
we
could,
all just gallivant
if it comes
around.
to it, I've got this potion as well. That
Yeah.
If we take the horse, we can go in shifts. And we're very, very quick with the horse.
I'll give you one ride. One ride each.
That's very generous of you and your stolen horse.
I would advise
It was
against
given. It was a
this.
gift.
If you go,
Taking the
You
children.
go with a super fast, fancy
Yeah.
horse running through the night. it's
yeah,
very
that's
obvious.
that's.
Not
I
very
don't think that's a
stealthy.
great idea. I think if you go on the quiet, it'll be better.
Yeah.
It's not as fun though.
Also, remember, we've been seeing people on the rooftops spying on us occasionally. That I don't know if they're around. They
We
could've-
should be exactly. We should be. One of us should be on the tower right now. In fact, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
upstairs and check.
I'll come. I'll bring the kids up and then. Right. Do you want to leave the stone with Kev? You feel a little bit more.
Are you leaving as well?
Um,
I mean, you can. I'm just concerned. That,
yeah, I might take just a little bit of a gander in the perimeter around the building to make sure that no one's
Yeah,
there.
well, if you're gonna be out, the
Yeah.
stone should stay in.
Take care of it.
As I understand, there's no access to upstairs from the tap room.
No.
just not.
So I suggest everybody leave the tap room. So if we are attacked, it can be reinforced.
To be honest, the tap room is not the worst place because we have that exit in the basement we can go to.
Okay, I mean only to say one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's gonna happen about the entrance? I'm not going there.
It's fine,
That's where the guys get. Yeah, but you need to wall that off.
Yeah.
I'm not. So you mentioned there were builders come tomorrow. First thing, wall that.
You know, you're welcome to leave the premises if you are uncomfortable.
No, but I mean, I'm working. I'm
Right.
you know
Owen.
pulling my
Owen,
weight.
listen up, right?
Mm.
You just need to get on with whatever you're doing and not worry about the wall.
What if more
No.
ghosts come in the middle of the
Yes,
night?
but what if bad guys come in from all the other places? Then we need to leave through there.
What did you find on the other side? What's on the other side?
It's a secret ghost portal to the ghost realm.
Make a deception check.
The ghost room.
18.
18.
So 19.
You
How
bet.
far are we? How far say you need to wall that off? You close the portal.
Yeah, we'll close the portal door.
Yeah, close the portal.
Anyway,
In the morning, there will be a workman. They will fix a gate.
indeed, that's the best option. Or at least if we figure out how
Can I
to
make-
make it work.
Or make a gate that looks like a wall.
No, sorry,
Like a
it's the gate
secret
to the other place, as I understand it.
secret
Speaking-
wall gate.
But the gate you asked me to fix, if you recall.
No, I know the rusty
Yes.
gate, but I just mean maybe it would be beneficial if we could have a decoy wall in place of the massive hole that is there, given that passage is somewhat suspect, even if you cannot find
I mean,
anything on
it
the other
is,
side.
it is a magical wall. We just need to get someone who can
At
understand
this-
magic.
At this, you notice. I'm gonna say that you two have highest passive perception. You notice Niall particularly that Sophie's again like wandering off and just looking at empty space near the wall, and then she turns around and the cat kind of like jumps from her shoulder onto the ground and says, "The wall can be closed. The ghost just told Sophie.
Is it something we can close and reopen again?
Appears to be a magical wall.
And how do we do that?
The ghost won't say.
Is it because there's horses in the barn? Is he unhappy about the horses?
He's unhappy about the remains being left there.
What does he want us to do with the remains?
Proper burial.
Alright.
Put the kids and himself at rest.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll live.
We
We'll
squeeze that
get
in.
down to that. And if we, yeah.
So we go to the temple. Who's burying the bones?
Is there?
Digging in
We
the
can do the-
frozen midnight earth.
We can do it tomorrow.
Where?
Is there?
Elgin.
It wasn't earth at the bottom where the cauldron was. It wasn't soil.
It was stone.
Just them.
We'll take him to the seat of the dead.
What are we gonna turn up and say we've got the bones of a bunch of children? Can you bury them?
Yeah.
We found them in our house.
I think you might find yourself incarcerated by the day's end if you do that.
Well, there's
A glass of wine flows towards you again.
Thank you very much.
the the bones are clearly really old. This is not a recent crime.
Yeah.
In any case, I'd like to be able to know how to close that wall, so I'm gonna go pick up these bones. And you were right, we should all stay in the tap room. We'll have the exit. If we are attacked and we are outnumbered, we have a way out.
Yeah, but that's not a very tactical way of. I mean, that exit goes somewhere we don't know.
Well, it goes at least somewhere where we know like a secret entrance to that other people may not know how to figure out.
If people come in to try and get us, and we take the third floor, I assume we've got a map that we're pointing to. We can
We'll know where
create
the
a
third
choke
floor
point
is.
here.
we live in that.
There are so many entrances. There's the tower, there's the windows, there's a lot of entrances to
So
protect.
if we can figure out how to operate this wall and from the other side, we can hide in there.
Why don't we just...
It's not the most pleasant, but they won't be able to find us.
That is true. That's why I should go get those stones. Someone else should go have a look in the turret. Make sure that we're
Right.
not being.
What's the gap? Is it, like the slats that make the floorboard of the first floor, are they essentially the ceiling of the tap room?
Yes, I mean there is a in all constructions there is a
Like
quite a big
cavity.
gap for like with air and isolation between the ceiling and the floorboards are kind of like floating a bit elevated over beams. So because it's rotten and it's broken in places, you can actually see a bit of like holes there. But yeah, the gap might be like this big maybe.
Maybe it'd be beneficial making a joining between these two floors in case of such a
Yeah.
Pole.
necessary escape.
A hole and a pole.
Right.
Always wanted to
The
know that
old
was in my
hole
house.
pole.
How many
Yeah.
bones were there?
What you
It's called
noticed
hole pole.
was there were quite a bunch of like kids' bones, and then
Hole in a hole.
some a lot fewer adult bones.
Like
Okay.
20 people?
Probably no, more like 5 or 6.
Okay, we're wasting too much time. I'm gonna go get those bones. You go
Let's-
go to your temple.
You're taking them
Elgin
now.
could, Elgin could start digging.
I'm just gonna collect them in some canvas.
Digging where?
Yes, we need to bury the bones. And then,
Where?
and then we can water tap.
We're-
In the middle of the night
No,
with
we're-
the frozen. I agree with Silas.
Sooner
I
the
am
better.
collecting the bones so we can bury them tomorrow.
I can take care of that tonight.
There we go. There we go.
You notice, by the way, that the new kids, the groundhog kids, are terrified. They're kind of like talking about ghosts and bones.
You should hurry up. We will need you if things get hairy down here.
Right, I
Make
guess
haste.
you're going to stay, so you're just going to collect them neatly, ready for the next
Yeah,
day,
just
or
gonna
for
put
you
them
to
in a
just-
canvas.
Would they,
Wrap it
in
in
terms of how
canvas.
much bones there is there, would they fit into like a backpack, like all together, or
A big rucksack, maybe.
rucksack? Okay.
You know, Nat, by the way, and via Squidly says that she wants to help with the bones, with the kids' bones. Nat and Squidly kind of like stand there with attention.
Sure, kiddo. Whatever.
Jenks
what's your word?
is a bit further removed with his wand. He's kind of like a bit of aloof now.
I think, children, maybe it's safer rather than going down there in the room with all the bones of other children. Maybe you can make our guests feel
Your
comfortable.
foster brothers. No, your
Um,
brothers.
Squidly looks at
They've,
them.
they've had a difficult
This,
evening.
These are noble kids.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah, these are they sneer at us when they go past in the expensive carriages. I'm not making friends with them.
And look where they are now.
now is your chance to prove to them that you aren't the type of people they have wrongly associated you as, and you can revel in their misunderstanding of our hospitality.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage, based on the circumstances and the relationship you have.
13.
13. Okay, you'll show the nobles around.
Don't call them. You need to make them unnoble.
Well, don't show them around.
Oh, we can sure do that.
Some disguises, you know.
Just
stop
stay in the
looking
tap
fancy.
room. Don't go upstairs.
Give them some of your clothes.
Okay.
Scraps.
Well, with the horse, can we keep the? There's the fancy one, but can we keep the other one? Would be really good. We can all ride at the same time.
As long as you look after it, you have to feed it, and you have to groom it.
Yeah, we can feed and
And
groom
you
it.
had to collect the shit.
Well,
because
wait, feed it. Wait, what? We don't have like hay or stables or anything like that. I can groom it.
We get some, yeah.
You got some carrots, don't you, on the
Yeah, but
kitchen?
we need some hay and stuff. Yeah, we do need someone to keep him.
Also, what about the water? There's no trough here.
Let's.
Are you gonna have a tap room with a trough?
I know a
Inside.
stables just down near Virgin Square that might be able to house the horses for it. We can't keep them in here.
What if we
Just
put
for
him
the
in?
night.
Give in everything else.
What if
Yeah,
we
for
put
the
him
night, but long
in? We
term.
put him in Eric's bar for now.
I'm in Emmett Bar.
Yeah.
Right, it's a good
Okay,
plan.
okay. Can you go to your temples and let's just, for the night, everything staying as is?
Yes,
And
we have a spare room. Now, down the.
I mean, I don't know. With the amount of people that lives here, I don't know how many spare rooms you have upstairs.
No, I mean the new rooms that we found.
I'm off to collect some
Couple of
clothes.
horses, man.
Right, so you go to collect some bones.
If I
The
start
kids are kind
shouting
of like.
as a fucking hag that's like ripping me apart.
So you start walking down the chilly and like sewer scented tunnel
Yeah,
leading
you
all the
want to
way.
take magic on.
Yeah. You go.
I'm gonna help
Okay,
with
and you guys are staying in the tap room for the time being, or okay. Well, I'm gonna say that.
I know.
Oh, you're going-
We're gonna go to the temple.
We're at the table. Okay.
And oh well, I'm doing. I'll give it to me.
Okay. As you're about to leave, you open the door. It's cold. You get your like nice stuff, and you, Naya, particularly, you see this kind of like movement in the sky. Something
Oh, no, it's a
small. It's coming
RPG.
straight. It's coming straight towards you.
I'm about to be struck in the heart.
He's coming straight towards you. It's apparently flapping wings.
Oh dear.
But it's weird. It catches the moonlight in a weird way. It
What are
appears
the
to be some kind of.
Does it look
dove.
beautiful? Does it look beautiful? Or does it look
It looks like a pigeon or a dove or.
clean?
Huh?
White?
Paper.
It looks like. Okay, make a perception check as you're trying to like. What the fuck is that? You, Arion, at this point also see it.
I don't want to use this dice. Was it?
So you make a perception check, Arion.
It's a natural 10.
12.
4 plus 6, 16.
Yeah, against the night sky, it's quite hard to tell, but it looks like a very small pigeon, and it's just coming towards you like.
There's something approaching.
What do you do?
Small and pigeon-like.
Draw it down.
Oh, okay.
Accelerate straight for your head.
Close door.
I want to run in front of him and I want to try and
Okay.
deflect this.
As you're about to close the door, he goes. Phew. Okay, make a grapple check with acrobatics though.
Over there.
It's not about strength.
Okay, so that's 16.
16. Okay. As it's about to kind of like
supposed to
turn
go.
and try to go into direct into Niles, you go and you grab it, and you have in your hands a small paper crane.
Ah, nice.
What is it? It's coming straight from my eyes.
And it's kind of like flapping towards Niall. He's trying to keep going.
Do you recognize this? It wants you.
It's one of those paper things.
Hold its wings down.
Yeah, you can hold it. It's kind of like trying to keep.
Please don't explode.
As you grab it, it just stops.
Ah! Well, what do I do now?
I'm not there.
Open?
Read it. I presume you're at the door still of the thing. I'm just
It's
thinking
like
of
such
the
I can't open
all
this,
that
yeah?
effort.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
do you know how to unfold a crane?
But this is what I'll do.
Hold these bits down first.
Silas is well versed in
So
that.
actually, it was very hard to fold it because he has a waxy heel too. I didn't think that through.
It just sounds like a swap out there.
Did you learn to do this before, or like specifically for this?
What?
Did you learn to do this specifically for this?
I mean,
Fold it.
Yeah.
You learned to do it specifically for this.
Oh no, Magda taught me for the trip to Japan.
Wow.
You gonna try and make 1,000 of them?
Yeah.
Hi, friends.
Who's it from?
That's Millie. I skipped to the bottom. It says Millie. Now I'll start from the top.
Okay.
As y'all know,
I'm gonna say that at this point, you guys,
Done with both.
come up the latch with your bags of bones.
Hold on to the bones. Millie sent us a letter apparently.
oh come! I was just about to read it. It's from Millie.
Alright, what'd you
I
say?
was flying through the sky straight to my face. Who's coming for me?
Okay. That sounds like
But
Millie,
it
actually.
addresses us all as friends, so that's good to know. As you'll know, I've been afraid of what we've all been getting into. This isn't what I thought adventuring would be, and I'm afraid of what they do to my mama if we keep making people mad. I've decided to leave Waterdeep. I'll most likely be staying with my friend Otto and his family until we leave.
Who's Otto?
Please don't come looking for us. Though I guess you don't know who that is, so that's fine. I'm gonna give the bird the necklace we found. This was in here the whole time.
There's no necklace.
There's no. I'm gonna give the bird the necklace we found if you'll throw the beads in Helgen's workshop. There's no necklace here.
Great. So Millicent
That must
has
have
managed
dropped.
to drop a bomb somewhere in the city.
I haven't heard anything.
It's drone bomb. accidental invention of drone.
This is unfortunate.
Okay.
I thought Millie would be back. She doesn't want to come.
She's only been gone a couple of hours as well.
Who's Otto?
Oh yeah, I don't know who that is either.
You would know. Millie would have mentioned it. It's a friend that lived. All you know is that it was a friend, a family friend that lived in a Dockwood. That's all you know.
We can go scour the dockwood if you want. But I mean,
I mean,
Well,
it says
it
don't
says
tell
don't
them.
They'll be there before they leave.
I imagine that if she didn't want to be found,
I believe
we've
this is a cry for attention. We need to go.
we've got a problem.
They wouldn't have mentioned Otto if
What did she say about the necklace? Maybe she left it with Otto?
no, it was given to this, the bird.
Why? It's a paper bird.
Yes, I might have thrown out immediately, but it was too late to.
Adjust.
Yes.
I suppose.
Well, I mean, it's...
Can I have a?
So, if anything, we have to go to Otto to see if Millie has the necklace.
There might be a
At
cipher.
the very
or
least.
something.
I mean, she clearly doesn't want to be found.
What?
Can I look to see if there's like a cipher, as if like every other letter spells please come get
Make
me.
an intelligence check.
I've made a huge mistake.
I mean, yes, go for it.
No, I didn't. Fine. 8.
No, not your instinct is immediately to look for thieves' cant and a very particular set of words or letter. There is nothing that you recognize of the sort.
Millie is having self-doubt.
By the way, that symbol, the seal, is you recognize it as the same symbol that Millie used to have in the coin they have, the one they would usually play with. It wasn't like a bog standard like Waterdeep mint.
If we don't go, then we are not really friends.
Hi, friends. As y'all know, I have been afraid.
You sound a bit like the bartender.
Yeah. Are you Emic in disguise?
No, but I've been practicing just in case we have to get rid of them.
That's a good point.
Well, I mean, this is just a distraction, isn't it? We've got things to do.
Yeah.
So let's.
People want to see bones to bury.
Okay, everyone.
Hello?
It's Millie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look,
From the original trio, Millie.
Look, if she doesn't want to be found, what? I mean, we've got a lot
But
of
it's
other
right
things.
there where to find.
Yeah, but it
Millie,
also
but-
says, please do not come looking for us.
Gross, I'm getting mixed signals right now.
I mean, there's only one signal. It's written quite clearly. Please do not come looking for us.
True, but why would you mention what we should
Because
stay
it's
with?
Millicent. Did you ever speak to her?
Mm,
She would say
well,
everything and then be like, oh, well, I guess that's not
Well,
actually important.
Millie also said,
mm.
though I guess you all don't know who that is. So that's fine.
Exactly.
So it cancels the order out because it's now fine. Trust me, I know how Millie speaks.
She spoke like a drunken sailor most of the time.
She
She fought
she
like
cared
one
a
too.
lot about her mother, who wasn't very well, and I think she just wants to protect her. So we should just respect her wishes and hope that they're safe.
We have a nice horse now. I think we would love it.
I think they like to know. They like to be known as they, so we should stop
Think of
calling them Millie.
think of all the adventuring Millie could do
Sorry.
on this horse. You know, it's just all about adventuring. We just,
You
need, we
look.
just need to change the way we adventure.
Into being less wanting to be killed by everyone.
Look, how many times has Millie saved us?
Oh yeah, I mean they
Yeah,
they
they
were
do
the
a
most
great job.
powerful of
So
us.
let's go save Millie
From ourselves.
from themselves.
We are the danger.
From themselves.
to
Wait a
them.
minute. You are in no position to save anyone. You need to get some heal and some treatment.
Yeah, you're
so
pretty broken.
You should go to that temple and think about it on the way there.
We've got some bones to bury.
So temple, and then Otto's.
I don't.
No. Temple and then get back here, make sure we don't all get killed during the night. And tomorrow will be another day and we'll know what happens.
Yeah, we'll wait here. You go temple. We'll look out and keep a safe eye on the kids, and then once you get back, we'll go and deal with these bones.
Again, do you want to find Millie?
What?
Do you want to find Millie? Do you
Well-
miss Millie?
It's
Sorry?
the middle of the night.
She's only been gone a few hours. I mean,
Literally.
Yeah.
But the thought of losing them forever, you don't
Well, sometimes
feel like you've lost.
you've got to let people free so they can move on and grow. You can't just hold her forever and not let her go.
It's very wise words, but also we might all die tonight
I mean,
anyway. So
we don't
we're-
let
this is
anything
a
go.
pointless-
Look at our house. It's filled with things that are not leaving.
Yeah, some of them should, to be honest.
Like those horses.
And Millie's better than all of them.
Well, not the one that's got all that gold.
I understand you've got attachment issues, but you're gonna have to respect her wishes. If we hear something that she's in danger or she needs some help, or I mean, I'm thinking she had more of those bird things anyway. She could send another one if she needs some help. Show us where we are, and we'll happily help her out if she needs it. But
As you said, they've been gone for hours. We can find them tomorrow
yeah,
if we want.
She could
we
have
have-
just said this when she left
We
as
have
well.
a limited time. Because we don't know when they're leaving Waterdeep.
Okay, but surely it's more than a couple of hours. At least a couple of days.
Look, what's the first stage of
Grief.
grief? Yeah, is it denial? Is that what you're in right now?
Now and then.
Denial.
That was OC.
I don't believe in denial.
So let's, as Kevin said, they clearly wanted to leave, as the conversation back from the Castellantas made quite apparent, and they've done that. So we should respect their wishes and be, mindful of the massive glaring part that says, "Do not look for me, please, you bunch of murderers."
I'm gonna roll a couple of hit dice from this short rest.
Sure thing.
This is taking far too
Yeah,
long.
whoever wants to roll hit dice.
I don't have any short rest.
How many do you get when you fully rest? You just recover them.
Half.
Half.
Okay.
Look,
So-
all I know is
And if you want to spend one, you spend it and recover it straight away, or not?
Well, you spend it at the end of the long rest,
Oh,
and you
yes.
recover it just before.
Right. Well, okay.
oh,
Let's go.
9.
all
Should I
I
spend another one on
know is If I was writing a letter,
Oh no, hang on a minute.
Or
Is the hit die plus?
You go in.
okay, so I'm fine.
You need to go to the temple
I will.
and come back.
So I will have used
Right.
2.
I'm
I'll
gonna
cover
go
2 obviously on the 4. So
to the tower. Okay.
if nothing happens, obviously.
Oh,
you recover
Maybe give it
at
a
the end of a long rest.
That's what I mean. I used to doing my short rest.
Careful, you come into the tower with me to keep watch.
I thought we were just going to stay here. One of us keep watching the tower, and the rest of us will bunker down here.
Well, no, but they're going to go to the temple, and then we're going to keep watch, and then they're going to come back, and then we're going to go get the bones sorted out.
Okay, fine. I'll go with you. I mean, you go to the tower. I'll just do a walk around all the windows and just keep an eye.
Cool.
Do you remember how sarcastic Millie was?
No.
When I read this now, it's like, please don't come looking for us.
Oh,
Everybody
God.
out!
Dude,
Winky
let me
face.
take this off you.
Please don't come.
You just,
Please don't come
you just,
for us.
it's going to be up all night reading that same letter over and over. Come here, let me take it off you.
He's
Just
gonna
do me a
be
favour.
an
I'll give you
absolute
back
pain in the
tomorrow,
ass once
alright?
he gets past the
Wants to
Nile.
know.
He's gonna be in
They are
silence
loved.
for weeks.
Now that you
The
mention
anger,
it,
the anger is gonna be.
it does, I can see like a pattern in here. Niall is the worst. He pooped his pants.
You're an idiot.
Just to catch you up to speed, Aaron.
And you're not
Niall
a friend.
did poop his pants. Drastically. He was hospitalised.
No,
Based on how
sound
much
like
he
we're
pooped.
friends now.
Are you all gone yet?
Maybe I'll find somebody and start a new team.
So you're getting the.
Emily and Rock. How about that?
You just look at it. I'm upstairs and I'm right there.
So okay, so you're gonna keep watch upstairs.
In the turret, and he's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, just place yourself wherever you can keep watch, and who is going to the temple.
I'm doing a scout
Yeah.
around.
You're doing
in
scouting
the-
around, okay.
I'm
Yeah,
kind of going near the Growhounds, but not.
I'm on.
Okay, so place
on-
Silas like around in the ground somewhere.
Because I want to go see if the city watcher
I'm on
investigating the house.
I'm on the second and third floor, basically walking between the floors, looking at the windows, basically trying to
Between second and third, okay.
just like going
Yeah.
to the windows and
He'll
looking
be
at-
down in the tap room with the kids, I guess.
No, they're in the third floor.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we put all the kids at the top
Yeah.
for now. Like,
All the kids.
everyone.
Oh, I need 2 new minis. The Graham boys are not there.
Okay.
That's Elgin, Sophie,
Got
the
some goblins
3
or
kids.
something, I'll do.
We can have, and then you guys are going to.
FYI, I'll be paying more attention to the sort of the would be south side of the house because I know that the turret
Yeah.
obviously is facing more like the north.
Okay. So all 3 of you make perception checks as you are walking, looking outside. Actually, you too, because you leave with walking or on horseback.
Walking, I think.
Yeah.
Shut down the horse.
Everyone make perception checks.
22.
Whoa,
22.
only 12.
12,
14.
14, 16,
6.
6. Okay. Only you then, Genhorn, from your vantage point at the top of the tower, notice the garret. You notice faint in the distance what appears to be a mage flying, which is a rare sight in Waterdeep. It only happens for emergency or whatever. And he's flying towards what appears to be the direction of the Growlhounds. And even further back, 2 Griffon riders. It is the silhouettes are kind of like the armor of the riders, kind of like reflecting the moonlight a bit, as it has stopped snowing now. But yeah, it's very faint in the distance, but towards the Growlhounds. As you make your way there, you keep your watches there, and you guys walk all the way to the temple.
Yes.
Okay. So you 2 won't notice anything in particular. You, Silas, as make a stealth check as you approach. There are a lot of lamplighters, and you notice light and activity as soon as you start approaching
I want to
the
be going across to it via rooftops.
via rooftop. Okay, make a stealth check up there in the rooftops.
15?
Okay.
No, 14. Sorry.
You see lights kind of illuminating in the distance, and as you start approaching, voices and the unmistakable sound of the armor and like feet of the city walls that are kind of like swarming the place. They're cordoning it off, and now very easily, like atop the Gralhans, 2 Griffin riders doing a big circle, and you know that that's their pattern, their formation with any big event or whatever, to see if they notice whoever might have been involved in the vicinity.
So what I want to specifically be
Mhm.
looking for is the survivors, basically. If the
Mhm.
parents, I can see them, like they're going to the place, or if they're alive or anything.
Okay, they're swarming the place, so you stealth nearby, like behind the chimney, and kind of like peek there. Make a perception check, see if through the windows or anything you can.
18?
18. Let's say that from your position, you have a view. There are like broken windows and whatnot, and you can look into the first floor main area, the room where you fought essentially. And there are a couple of people that are being held down on their knees with their hands bound. So there are survivors that have now been captured. It is swarming. We see watch. There are a couple of people outside that are also like leaning. They're being put against the walls and they're being treated for wounds. And a lot of city watch are just removing corpses and corpses. It's a bloodbath, and you're not sure who might have been captured or who might have survived. You can just barely see inside, but at least they're starting to like put the corpses like right next to each other and examining them, and there's like you can count easily, and they haven't finished yet, like 20 people. The fight between all the people that came out from the barracks and all the Zens, apparently there's a lot of casualties there.
Okay. I guess I'll just watch for a bit.
Okay. Conspicuously, you don't see, you look for like things you might recognize. You don't see neither Dark North or Green gentleman names. They don't appear to be among the dead. You think one of the dead appears to be Lord Grunhold. You can see his portly shape.
Okay.
That's all you notice. As you know how to hide from Griffin riders, and you kind of like duck as soon as they start like coming towards you. You two guys make your way. There is a bit of you notice there is a bit of nervousness as you walk through. Start walking all the way through the north wall into the sea ward, all the way to the temple. You go past some lamplighters, and they're all like bunched together. There are city watch nearby, kind of like the lamplighters. Remember, they're all kids. There is a bit of a nervy atmosphere in the air. They're all kind of like hunched together, talking. Apparently, rumor about whatever happened there in the Broadhands, which is a big thing. It's a big noble family that they are starting to spread. But you make your way to the Temple of Selune without further issue.
All we do is just keep calm. No one knows anything. So,
And it is a bit more active than usual. You get the feeling, based on your experience, your time there, and you too, in fact, that they are either getting ready to send out acolytes, or they are getting ready to receive lots of wounded or people that might need attention. They are kind of like not in the equivalent of a war footing, but preparing their emergency services. So there's a bit more, it's a bit busier than it should be at this time of the night.
looks like it's all about to kick off here.
I don't know if we've come at the right time or the worst time.
How long have you been a follower of Saloon?
Well, technically not Selune, but more an aspect of Selune.
Why are you saying it like that?
Have you heard of Senin Moonbow?
Make a religion check.
Wow.
12.
Let's say you might have heard about. Yeah, you would know, based on Stiluni being your deity, a bit about elven history and the elven gods, and but it is something that you would consider ancient history, and probably something you didn't pay that much attention during class.
Okay. Of course.
As you know, I'm Elven. And though I've lived here for many years, it's one of the things that's stuck with me. It's my faith. And the people of the city do not pay homage to the Elven gods and goddesses. So, Solune is the closest fit.
Why do you keep saying it like that?
Hmm?
Lily used to say that. And
Solune.
Lily's had a funny accent.
I mean, that is correct pronunciation, as I...
Oh, I think, you know, I am an acolyte, I think. You'll find you are wrong.
Okay, I apologize.
Whoever taught you, you know, take it up with them.
An acolyte, in fact, approaches you. Hello. Brother. Is there anything you need tonight? And they kind of like look at you. What were your wounds? Are they mostly where are the
Spin.
the Nimmerite dagger?
Yeah.
Mine was the orc.
Yours was the orc. Yeah. You look injured. You don't look like and it's looking at you both. What happened, brother? And sir?
Oh, yeah, you know, the usual bang.
We are receiving reports of violence tonight. Were you involved?
Yeah, it's all about to get busy in here. Is Rock here? Have you seen Rock?
Rock. Yes. Well, I believe he's off duty today. He's probably sleeping in his quarter in the acolyte quarters.
Right. Okay.
May I ask how did you get
Have
injured?
a good evening. I hope you're not too busy.
No,
Come on. Look, we need to see Rock.
She looks at you, kind of like, and lets you go, and then turns around and apparently walks fast to
I'm gonna like walk like beyond fine. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Okay.
I think she clocked on to the
Why did we not tell her?
to the wounds. You know, people are not very nice here sometimes. Just stick to the people you like.
Okay, I will
Speak to them.
secret. It's fine.
So who do you normally talk to here? Do you come here often?
I have not been here for healing very often at all.
You're gonna like Rock. He'll sort us out. Don't worry.
As you approach the nightly order of Selune, like kind of like area, which is the back where there was this door with this tower that they had the two paladins at the entrance, you notice that there are like a group of 6 people that are preparing to march out. They're kind of like getting their gear and whatnot outside, and they're receiving the last orders. Rock is amongst them, as is the 2 other guys that had stopped you, and there is a captain there that kind of like checking them. It's like, well, you know the drill. Go out there, and we need to support the city watch in patrolling the streets tonight, and help out with whoever you find that may need our service. Yeah, it's unfortunate, I know. Beneath our order, but it has to be done.
Rock.
Girl goes like,
You look great. You look great, Rock.
the guy is kind of like still talking, and he's like, excuse me, and looks at you, and this is one of the instructors of the Paladin Order. So you weren't, you only took martial classes with him, but it was because you were training more in the clerical arts. It wasn't as present in your training as other acolytes. But looks at you. Winter Garden. Come to offer your help tonight. we're going out for patrol. We could use you could use our services actually. What's happened to you, man?
So, we doing this in front of everyone, are we?
Everyone's face is just.
Yeah, they all turn around and they're just looking at you. Some with the oh my God, it's Winter Garden. Others, there are a couple there that smile, whatnot, and Rocky's like, yeah, with his big halberd.
I'll give them both a wink. Rock and Arian.
Well, as you know, I'm doing very big, important missions now, and I have a new team I'm responsible for. We've been training so hard. And, look.
We don't know. But okay, congratulations.
Look, I heard it's a mess out there.
Yes, what did you hear?
I just heard it's a bit of a mess.
So, what happened to you?
Training hard.
Training.
Yes, I'm new recruits.
You're training with
I didn't want them to hold back against me.
live weaponry.
Yes, the only way. The way you do it here is a bit dated, but
the two guys that kind of don't like you, they all go.
How was that not a deception?
Yeah. Make a deception check, and one of them is kind of like also giving you a look.
I just assume that they just don't believe anything he says.
Yeah.
Like no matter what.
There
he
is a
says,
special relationship here that goes like.
It's 11, but I am super confident.
Yeah. They're also looking at you. Master Elf, are you all right?
He fights incredibly well.
Were you also training?
I was training with him. He went easy on me, but
thank you.
Make a deception check.
He's the quickest bugger I've ever seen in my life. This one.
what is my deception? It's plus 0, so 17.
17. Well, you should certainly rein in your excitable attacks if you're going to be training like this. This is not proper.
Yes, but now we're at least
Because you're going to kill each other, Winter Garden.
we're at least 5 times better than we were before that.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm guessing you're coming to us so we can patch you up.
Well,
Just
I was just hoping.
talk to the
Don't
acolytes.
mind.
Talk to the acolytes, and Rock immediately. Oh, I can't do it, sir. He's like, no. Keep your magic. We're gonna need it out there tonight. We don't know what we might find.
Oh, is Rock flying? Is he flying?
No. This is a foot soldier patrol.
Oh, sorry, Rock.
He's clearly too big to fly.
I thought it was his big day. No, he's been practicing.
Okay, go on. And they like fall into two lines, and they start walking out of the temple. And as they do, Rogue kind of like go past you and boom, 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 like claps your shoulder, makes you sink a bit.
Go get him, Rock. I'll find you when you come back.
And he actually goes and gives you 2 hit points.
What damage?
That would kill you, wouldn't it?
He does a little like lay on hands on the slide, and you're
Stay on hands.
left there.
I'll just be like,
So what are you gonna do? You just gonna find an acolyte.
Well, that was Rock.
You, in fact, would know quite a few people here, and they would recognize you from all the years, of course. So you can both get free healing without trouble.
So Rock's the only one I actually like here. I was hoping he would heal us, but he's obviously busy.
I mean, there are plenty of others. This is a service that temples provide, as I understand.
Yes, but there's the people that matter, you know. A nice person touching you.
Right. If you prefer that I do the talking.
Good vibes. Yeah. Maybe find a sniff a nice one out, you know.
browse for a while.
Shop around.
You can find an acolyte that you know as soon as they see you. Mr. Silvermoon, it's a pleasure to have you here. How's Matt?
He's well. I'm here on business of his. In fact, my friend and I, in the line of duty, have suffered injuries, to say the least.
Oh, of course. Please come here, and they lead you to like a side room where they're gonna cast spells on you and patch you up. No trouble. Up to full. But you're gonna be there for like half an hour. It's not like. So
What did we get out of our shitty associations?
So you guys, are you staying there for some time or eventually?
I'm gonna do something,
Yeah.
but whether it's a good idea, we will find.
We're not
just
there
not
to
a
be
good
your
idea.
conscience.
So I'm gonna make my way off the roof and start approaching one of the nearest regular guards.
Yeah, basically the ones that are protecting the cordoned off area. They're all in twos. That none of them are alone.
Okay, so I'll just walk up to them and I'll get out my fake badge,
Okay.
which looks very real because I got some fancy gems.
Yeah, I know.
And has a roll of. I
Yeah.
put it down somewhere. I think it's like 22 in its construction.
Yeah. So
It's legit.
you go there. There is a woman, a human, and a halfling, male. They're kind of like they're in a corner of the street. Essentially, they blocked off the entire entrance, both to the main. The entire street, both to the main entrance and the service entrance where the Zentrum is attacked. So they're kind of like at the edge of this, at the corner of this nearest crossing. They just look at you. Citizen, this area is closed off. Please continue around.
Just here on to collect a quick report for the Black Star.
The classic.
I hold the badge. It's
Uh,
been a bit late for a bit of fun, isn't it?
Yes, of course. The Black Stuff herself said, yeah. Yes, apparently there's been something. There is an attack. We're still trying to figure it out. But yes, do you want us to call the captain?
No, we'll get the report from you in the morning. It looks like this is early days. It seems like he's still counting up the bodies.
Yes, we still don't know a lot. Only that he was the damn Zents.
Oh, yeah, strange. I mean, they've been contained to the dock ward recently, actually, from what we've
Yeah. See, it's going to shed, my lord, if excuse my language.
Oh, no, it's fine. Look, I understand that some of our new recruits have been stepping on your toes a little bit recently, but I like to think that we can all, work together in these kind of situations to really dig out the dirt.
Yeah, so should we expect you guys to take this over? Or, I mean...
I'm just collecting some early reports to make the bigger decisions upstairs. But...
no offense, but, if it's Black Stuff matters, we'd rather be out of it as soon as possible. Your reputation precedes you.
I don't want to be in it, it's... I think...
yeah.
Well, all I need to know is, obviously, Garhand Manor, what we looking... How many of them dead?
I don't know, many soldiers. Lord Graham himself is dead.
What about the lady?
The lady made it.
Okay, well then maybe you won't see too much of us if it's not a complete bloodbath.
No, the lady, well, you know the story of the lady, yeah, she's, it's gonna be horrible. The broadsheets, we need to keep this under wraps as soon as possible, but tomorrow this place is gonna be swarming with those fucking journalists.
No, I've had the unfortunate pleasure of reading the Wazoo 1 or 2 times, and it's not good literature.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, do Do you want
No, you guys are going to be under the cosh a bit tonight, and I'm not going to breathe down your necks any further. If Lady's alive, Lord's dead, that should be enough of the black stuff to make a wider decision of.
to? Sure. Okay.
Appreciate the slightly warming reception, and hopefully if any of my kind do come down, you don't get any of the arsehole types.
Yeah. It's fun. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Alright, well,
You see, by the way, walking out of the kitchen area where the Zens, you see there Barnabas Blastwind. He's kind of like taking notes and talking. He's the assigned Captain Watchmate to this area.
yeah.
So.
Oh, Barnabas is here, is he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Blustering Blusterwind, that's what we like to call
Freakish
him.
fella. But, yes, clever though.
Yeah, a bit too clever. Right, well, hopefully the night doesn't keep you too long when you get back to your beds.
Oh no, we're gonna be here at least until the morning, and then shifts, and then until this whole thing is sorted out. And yeah. The only good thing about this is after they overextend like this, they all tend to go quiet for a few days. So
Yeah.
next few days are gonna be a PR shit show, but at least things are gonna be quieter for a bit. Lots of people in the street, paladin orders, griffin riders. So the gangs will stay low.
Yeah, makes your life a bit easier for a couple of days. At least.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for keeping us in the know, and I'm sure someone will be down in an official capacity within, I don't know, next couple of hours, I imagine.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
All right. Well,
I'll let Captain know that you drop by. Should I give a name? Or?
no, just let them know the black staff is obviously aware of the ongoing.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Bye.
Excellent. Thank you.
Good. Bye.
Then I'll just make my way back to the
Right.
the place.
You guys are
Walking
lucky.
ready.
They rolled 2 and a 5, so I made them very meek.
I was just thinking you could do the same with a Nilman illusion.
Yeah, but it's if they want to touch it.
Yeah,
But
fair
it's a
enough.
bit tricky.
So you guys are watching,
Just
taking
bear
watch.
away that
I'm
they-
gonna say that after you get healed, unless there's anything else you want to do at the Temple of Selune, and you're staying there for a while until you get back, you see both taking watches from different opposite directions, east and west. Silas and Niall, Ariel, making all the way back to the tap room. Yeah, you convene there. Anything else?
In the tap room.
Right, how'd it go?
I will go.
Doing your thing here.
Well, we just keep an eye out.
No one's been around.
Yeah. Should we head over to the city of the dead then see if we can find someone to put these bones to?
Right now.
Well, it's probably best under cover of dark, isn't it? While everyone's distracted by.
Do that tomorrow.
Yeah,
No,
I would
it's
say-
still
Oh,
the reading.
there's a lot of eyes out tonight.
Yeah, we don't want to be caught carrying like dead bones
We
in the middle of the
we
night.
won't be caught carrying dead bones.
What do you have in mind, big guy?
Well, I've managed to get everything into this rucksack, so I can just pop it on and turn into a cat.
Okay.
And I can just get into the. I should be able to get into
A
the.
cat with a big rucksack full of bones.
Well, no, because the rucksack will merge into me. Have you not seen me turn into cats before?
Yeah, that's true. Your clothes do disappear. I didn't realize your rucksack
I
disappeared.
gotta say, so what disappears is because you can't just. I'm carrying this house, so I'm gonna say what disappears what you wear, and the backpack and whatnot. It's fine, but massive rucksack full of bones. It's a bit. Otherwise, you can just say I'm carrying a horse. The horse is in.
I mean, if you could do that yourself, then go for it. But I'm not gonna put myself in danger and go out in the streets on a night like this after everything that's happened.
Right. Okay. Let's leave it till tomorrow then, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we already had this conversation with the body when you
Yeah,
transform into
yeah.
Genhorn to
Yeah.
get rid of
Let's
the
try and
body.
carry a body of a dog.
Yeah.
What's the name of your cousin or your nephew or whatever it is?
Sophie.
Sophie. Is she there? Well, she must be at the top.
She's with the kids, with the Nova kids and your kids.
Sophie, I said, and I look at the cat.
Mm-hmm. Sophie looks at you.
I look at her, but then I look at the cat. Is there any chance you could ask live here if now that we've retrieved the bones, we are on our way to pursue our to bury the bones on the morrow. But if you could let us know how to close that door.
You must promise you'll identify Liv remains, give him a proper burial in the elf section of the City of the Dead.
Oh,
The
okay.
kids must be buried with him, but not all in a common grave.
Yeah, I can do that.
Can we do that?
I can. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
They want their remains to be respected, separated.
Yeah.
So the kids we live, but not together.
Like non-bundle. like, we-
Just sort the bones into different bodies then. So they
Between
were
you-
jumped around and now they're in a backpack and they're just like,
Yeah.
Can you recognize elf bones?
I can try it. I don't have
Well,
much
I'm sure
experience.
in the City of the Dead they might be able to help.
I mean, it's pretty obvious which ones are the big bones, which ones are small bones.
to you maybe, not to me, but sure.
There's
Um,
lots of little bones.
Yeah, the little bones are the children.
No, I mean,
Yeah, but there's several adults. It's not just one adult, I think. Is there? I don't know.
It's just the one adult.
Oh, just the one adult. All right.
I don't know how much you know about
Sophie
anatomy,
then
but
stands up
there's lots of
and
bones.
Tricks the cat kind of like jumps into her shoulder.
Mm.
Sophie can show you now.
Okay.
Am I
I'm
there?
gonna follow Sophie.
Yeah, goes there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
all
think-
like
I didn't think it was
reconvene.
I'll walk in now.
Okay, so she shows me what.
Well, you're being guided downstairs, and then there Sophie kind of like touches around, so the relief was carved in the wall, and the tunnel kind of like opened there, but there's still some relief to the size of the door and on top of it, and she kind of like puts her hands on both sides of the reliefs, and where the two kids, you remember that they were like trying to come out, and they have hands coming out. And she touches the hands, like joining the circle, and then the door magically closes. So I mean, it appears out of almost nowhere. It just,
Alright.
and the relief is now complete.
And if we want to open it, how do we open it?
The same way.
Have a go. Do you remember you could? You
Okay,
do.
well I'll touch the two kids' hands that were coming out. Or...
Well, no,
on the
she
side,
shows it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can grab those.
Okay, this is good. We have an exit strategy.
Should we keep the stone down here for now?
Just well, you can keep it open for now, and then if we need to run, we'd all run inside and just close it from the side.
Okay.
So it's a bit late, but
How can you
I can
close
still
it
go.
from that side?
Can you close it from the side? Oh,
You have to touch the relief to close it.
wait, just gonna touch it then. Oh shit.
No, not that.
Or
So
can
we-
you touch it and as it's closing, run through?
You need to keep joining the circle.
I
in
can
order.
I can close it and you guys go in if it comes to it.
Like Boromir.
Okay, well.
Oh, the door.
Do you want me to go?
No.
Do you want me to go get the box?
Oh, I thought you were gonna get it on the way back.
Yes, but we handle every time. I forgot.
What
Right.
box are you talking about?
The lead box.
The lead box.
Oh, the lead box.
It is late.
Right, I'll come with you.
I've got news.
Alright.
Where are the kids? The Growlhund kids.
The top floor.
Alright.
Probably crying in the
Oh,
corner
they should
somewhere.
be down here.
No, we left them up there.
Okay, well everyone come down. We'll bring everyone down.
Well, let's not bring them down just yet.
Okay.
Dead. Lord Growlhund is dead.
Right.
Lady Growlhund's alive.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, the place is.
Well, that's good news.
Well, yeah, it's beneficial. The place is swarming with Sea Watch currently. Griffin Riders about. I told them that the Black Staff will probably be there shortly.
You told them that.
Yeah, had a little
Well,
chat.
well,
with
why
them.
would they believe you?
Well, because I informed them that as a member of the Black Staff, I was there to.
What do you mean?
Well, I have this, don't I? And I pull out my feet.
a member of the Black
Whoa! You're
I'll immediately snatch it.
Well, you won't.
Oh, I'll try.
Roll.
What is this?
Roll dexterity against dexterity.
No, it's
You can roll sleight of
Most
hand.
cops dice I've ever
sleight of
seen.
hand if you're
Wow,
proficient.
yeah, not gonna.
What is this?
Yeah, you go like,
I'm trying. I'm gonna keep trying.
Yeah. His hands are not even there. He's like.
My mage hand just takes way up
Yeah.
to the ceiling.
I'll grapple him and then try to take it.
Okay, you grapple him. Go for it. Strength.
My mage
so
hand is still holding it up in the
Yeah,
air.
yeah. Athletics against acrobatics.
It's a silver monk. This doesn't happen every night.
19.
I didn't realise he was a greyhound.
17.
17. Okay, you try to grapple and he goes and kind of like.
Right! You stay right there!
What
It's
you,
an insurance measure.
what you, why do you also,
Can I see
greyhound.
if it's real or not? From
Well,
like how well would I know?
well, not now because the mage hand is kind of like keeping it up there. It's
did
too
you
far
join
away.
the same order as he did?
They needed
You saw it,
more
like,
eyes
briefly.
on the ground.
Where did you get this?
Where did you get yours?
I earned mine.
Well, I think we've put in a similar performance recently. Anyway, point is,
No, where did you get it?
I forged it.
Give it to me now.
No,
Give it to me now.
I can just make more.
Give it to me now.
Look, the
How do you think this was a good idea? Making a mockery of the Greyhands? I've worked my whole life to get here! Who do you think you are?
I think you've made a mockery of the Greyhounds enough without my.
Give me that now!
No, look.
Give me that now! You think I'm gonna let this go? You know how OCD I am?
What's OCD?
I'll tell you, I'm just going to try and put it, mage hand it back into my pocket.
Okay, so the mage hand starts to bring
grapple.
grapple him or the
Him.
Oh, okay.
As
Try to snatch it from the air.
I'm taller, can I try and grab it out the air as well?
You make
16.
a.
Stop it!
No.
Wriggly bastard!
Sidestep you.
Okay.
No!
You sidestep. You can try and make a. So sleight of hand against your dexterity, please.
Oh, nothing, like 5.
18.
18, yes. So you are kind of like sidestepping, and then Genswall is go, "Hurrah!" and then mage hand.
Can we please just
Okay,
regain
everyone,
the level of
Malwyn.
composure?
Yes.
This will not stand!
Malwyn, calm down. This
No,
is,
I'm
obviously,
sorry.
this is not. Hang on a minute.
I'm sorry.
This
right.
is my order!
But this is not gonna pass like a test. I mean, I transform myself into you and I just create a badge. Obviously, someone who's
Slap you.
Make an attack.
How dare you!
You hit me. I mean.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what's your?
You snap
Yeah, you
out of it now!
You take 1 hit point.
I just.
This is unbelievable!
You
Right.
have your
I'm trying to make
badges.
a point. If someone
Silence.
really wants to.
Please,
Oh god.
look, understand that you're upsetting him by doing this. Just give him the badge.
No.
Give him the badge.
No.
You are not
Then-
allowed to keep that badge.
We can't associate with you. If you're gonna this is gonna upset him. And
You know how much trouble I've been?
They're not gonna have it. It's
God.
not gonna
When I
come back
mentioned
to
you
at
as
all.
my team, they said,
You
"Have
set
you been
him off
recruited?
now.
Have you been recruited for the Greyhands?" They gave me the finger, and I said, "No, I'm not allowed to do that. I'm aware. They're assistants.
Look, this
Assistants don't have Greyhand badges.
This isn't something I plan to use liberally, but as an insurance
You've already
measure.
used it.
Wait, when you used it,
Yeah.
I'm on probation, damn it! Do you understand?
I
did you
didn't
even
mention
disguise
consequences.
yourself?
No, of course.
So basically, you've been going around like you, pretending to be a greyhound, and if someone catches that and
Look, and I'm going to minor illusion one of your pin. I'm also in the Druid Enclave,
Oh,
if
you're
you like,
clearly not.
and then turn that into Millie's old thing. You have your organisations. Keth and I have different measure of his insurance and the insurancing. Insurance to ensure that should we get questioned, we have ways to avoid
Nope,
jurisdiction.
Right.
But it is
You
also.
are welcome.
It is.
You are welcome to do things that get yourselves into trouble, but not me.
I think
Not me.
it doesn't.
But
they-
this is worthless.
No!
This is worthless. I mean, someone examining that will know
What
this
are you
is
holding?
not real. I'm holding your badge.
My badge.
Yeah.
Actually, look at the gems.
Look at it, look at it.
on this.
It's not
quite
real.
incredible. Some of the best.
That's
I've ever
actually
done.
like-
Yeah, I know.
it's
I think
not
it
bad.
looks better than yours. If you want to trade,
Right.
anyway.
This is how it's going to go. If we are to work as a team,
Yes.
right, there will be no. I'm the Greyhand. That's me in the team.
Right.
I am the Greyhand member. That is my asset. The leader. You are the assistants. Right.
Wonderful.
Right,
What I always wanted
you
to
do realise that the second that you pull that out on someone who can in any way sense magical auras, he's going to know that that's
You
fake.
are not some, like, common fool who's just going to be showing this off to everyone, pointing at him,
Yeah.
whoever questions me at any point in time. It is, as it was
But guess
tonight,
what?
a way
Mine's
to-
real, so I come straight out of it. I'm legit.
Well,
I'm the real deal.
you are on probation, so I feel like your deal is somewhat compromised.
This-
But in
I was
circumstances
getting to like you.
tonight where we
Now I'm incredibly offended and disgusted.
That's fine, but it has served its purpose, and we have
Yes, so
information.
give it to me.
No.
It's done. Give it to me. This
Well,
is not going. This is not
From the
going.
sounds of it, I mean, you could have just asked Niall to go down and ask these people the information, and he could have got the same information. So,
He's on probation.
yeah,
If he
but
turns up without having any information about the occurrence,
that's not how I understood it. From what you said, you're just not allowed to go around doing illegal stuff.
saying I'm a greyhound, give me all
I'm
the
not allowed to
information.
abuse my power, and you're not allowed to use any of the powers.
Asking some questions.
It's fine. This is not something that I am gonna take lightly.
You already have.
No, I haven't.
You already used it.
Anyway, it's none of your concern. So
Why
I
is it
was-
not my concern?
it has nothing to do with
It's
you.
all of our concerns.
My whole point of being involved with this whole thing was to.
I know that you want to
How-
get into the Blackstaff Tower and be part of that echelon. You've made that very clear.
I don't what?
But until you forge your own badge,
Look,
unfortunately you'll have to make do with your...
You've got some very strange ideas about people's motivations, but
That's fine.
look. You don't understand how much trouble I will be in. Right? They will
Fine.
kick me out,
No, let's just
I'll
give
be
it-
gone.
give him the badge.
and this will be no more.
If it'll shut you up for this evening...
How easy is it to?
Make an intelligence check.
It's a 19.
Okay.
Plus 1.
Okay. So it is quite good.
It looks good. I'll give you that.
Because you know it's fake. Because he told you. You immediately start looking for the slight differences, the gems and the carvings in the real one are obviously of super good quality and appear to be magically set, whereas this has been set with like
Glue.
Super glue.
we kind of like
Glue tack.
yeah no, but with it is not like it doesn't match perfectly. The gems have obviously been found somewhere, and it's not like a perfect match. It's kind of, if you know what you're looking for, you immediately recognize it as a fake, and it also doesn't have the same weight and the same heft because the materials are slightly different. But if someone flashed it to you, you recognize that if someone like flashes to you or whatnot, you see it in passing, you might have believed it. Like,
Yeah, I don't even mention any of that.
Looks good, but as soon as someone touches it,
I just want to destroy it. I'm not even going to examine it. It's
Mhm.
very long. Just straight on the floor.
So you drop me on
Jump,
the floor.
literally jump on it.
Okay, I mean it is metal with some gemstone set, but if you go with your hammer or with your
I'll get out.
Don't use the hammer against the
You, the tap room.
yo,
never.
I mean you.
What? Live it
Yeah, that's
upstairs.
Me again.
I mean...
Pieces of the badge are just flying everywhere. Like,
God.
Right, you're on probation from the team. Right?
What does that even mean?
I need to cool down.
right.
You know what?
we got that.
Go take a cold shower, a cold bath.
We got a happy system now. Can we focus now?
I'm really proud of it, man.
That was
We need to
pretty
go and
bad.
get a lead box.
Pretty
from your
foolhardy
father.
if you ask
I
me.
need to do at least double the amount of sit-ups.
Alright.
Push-ups tonight.
This is, by the way, all happening right next to the children's door, where you had all gone down there and everyone, and Elgin kind of like peeks in, and then goes out again.
Minor disagreement.
Wise decision, Elgin.
Can we go and get the box now?
Yes.
All right.
I've never seen anyone like that. I mean, if they're gone already, I'll say, I may have been next time, just keep your wild away to yourself. You know?
I didn't think he would react that badly. I thought it would be you scallywag. I'm just going to pick up the gems. And
Yeah, I mean, some of them are broken because he had several hammers to it. So some of them are like in pieces, but yeah, you can like
Yeah, I'll
start
just pick
collecting
up
the
the bits.
pieces. It's kind of you end up with like lots of broken bits essentially.
You can still hear me shouting from down the street.
Keep your voice down.
They can use your magic next time. But it's still
like
it's still
that.
a foolhardy idea,
I'm
but
just going to make another one. I'm going to make one again, horns as well, actually. Just,
okay, if you do, just don't tell them. They
No.
seem to be getting a little bit on your coat.
Never seen such a juvenile reaction. Anyway, but yeah,
They-
Lord's dead. That's
Yeah.
that was the takeaway piece, is that the kids can be returned to their mother.
That's good news.
So we can do that.
Yeah, I wonder what we do about the horses. That is worth a fortune. That saddle and those horseshoes.
What do you think, Arian?
The horse alone is worth a fortune. If we sell it, then that would go a long way towards.
Well, we've saved her children. We're going to return them to her. So keeping the horse as payment is surely is.
I mean, you may as well just sell it and say you never saw it.
Well, I think she told him to pick up the horse, but whatever. Yeah, you're probably right. Just return the children.
I think you just say
Don't
the
ask
horse
about the
was
horse.
cut down in the chase. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not too disbelievable that it would have been assaulted.
So
How are we going to return the kids is the bigger question, though. We can't exactly be like, oh, here's your kids back.
Why not?
Well, I mean, surely we can, obviously, but I assume she will be under some form of protection, and getting to her to say, here are your children back, will probably prove more difficult than simply walking up to.
Well, I guess we have Nilewithin or Genor who can go to the local.
Kid return area.
Well, like they can take them to the Black Staff Tower or to whatever it is. I mean, there'll be questions, of course, but I mean, I'm sure they can be reunited without us necessarily going directly to her.
The other thing is, we know that Xanathar had gazers posted and watched the whole event, so without much doubt that they know that we're now in possession of the stone, given the chase unfolded almost directly opposite their watch.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a bit of a... Actually, one thing that the City Watch did point out to me, which was quite useful to know, is that because the security on the streets are going to be tight for the next couple of days, at least gang activity will probably be on a bit of a low. So we might have bought ourselves a little bit of time to ensure that we
That's
can...
not bad news.
So it makes sense to return the children sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
And if we can return them to the mother, then perhaps some reward would be given in kind.
Maybe that axe you said was we can't exactly take money off them, can we? Their whole house has just been destroyed.
I mean, they are nobles. They have plenty of money. They have plenty of things, but I think
Yeah, but they
asking
have a
for
lot of enemies as well.
the
Well,
weapon of her deceased husband may be a tad rude.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, they did give us the... No, they didn't give us the stone, did they? They tried to... Did they give... What's our position on that? Because, they tried to...
Try to get us down to the
The
android.
right to run away, so they didn't give it to us. And then obviously we...
But why would they give it to us? They only gave us the children because they wanted to save them.
Well, if they trust us enough to give them the children, obviously we weren't there when this all took place, so I don't really know if
I have no idea how
circumstances
that happened,
changed. But
yeah.
yeah, they would refuse to give us the stone, yet would give us the children and a horse. We're 100% sure that they definitely gave us the children. I'm not saying that
Well, she,
Nilewithin is a
she tried to
child
stab me
capture.
as I left that window.
Yeah, so why would... Is it possible Genhorn and Nilewithin have just taken these children as leverage to escape and have now told us that we are
I
the...
mean, I think they're not very good at lying,
Don't know what
to
they'd
be
have to
honest.
gain.
Well, I mean, if they grab the children by the neck, put a dagger to it and say, we're leaving or your children
No, I
die,
don't doubt that they could, but what would they gain by doing so?
their escape without being stabbed as you were as you left.
But they were by the balcony. They had only the orc that was wounded last I saw him. Steadily.
It doesn't sound like something Nilewithin would do.
Just saying, at this point in time when your back's to the wall, we can't ensure that the return of these children, given that none of us were present, the return of these children is going to be a smooth endeavour.
No, that's true. But at least the mother's alive, so that's one less problem. And perhaps there's a boon associated to it, as you said.
Well, if you wonder about the honesty of your friend, then you can suggest this idea to him, to Nargothin, see how he responds. If he is...
Well, he just had a hernia at the sight of a badge, so I think any suggestion that he is...
Well, he's already seen the children. I just mean that if he is not so keen on returning them, then perhaps then he is not to be trusted. But I don't know that to be the case.
Yeah, speaking of trust, I mean, I think we need to be above board here.
Get
I
on
mean,
sense of
clearly, clearly now we have the stone. There seems to be some trust issues between Genhorn and you. If we had managed to get one of the eyes, 2, let alone 3,
Look, I've been
I mean, that's just gonna get worse.
around these kind of situations before where the stakes are high and people start, looking over their shoulder. I'm not going to be turning on anybody, but, we've been offered considerable wealth and power by the Casamanters, and I am remiss that you heard what he said about the stones. I'll turn into a cat and be gone. I give him the stone, he buggers off as a cat, runs into the night, delivers it straight to the Casamanters.
Maybe we should. Well, I don't think he would give it to the
I'm not
Castellanters.
suggesting we can't trust anyone. All I'm saying is people need to, as you say, be forthright about their intentions.
Maybe we need to have a conversation about what's going to happen with these items.
Maybe it would be beneficial, and I know this borders on the overly cautious to insane, that if we do get ourselves a lead box, we could somehow get one that would require us all to have a key, maybe, or something. That's something we used to do. It can only be opened when all members of the key are present. You put them in, unlock it. That way we know that no one can... Of course,
I don't know how that works, but if there's such a thing, then yes.
we all get tattoos with fish on them.
I think it's an unfortunate precaution, but any belief in what you think you would do if you found these things is only speculative at this point. Such a prize.
Sorry to say, but you, of course, are a complete unknown quantity at this point in time.
I entirely understand.
Anyway,
Well, you already know more than we could have probably chosen to share voluntarily. So I guess you'll decide what to do with that knowledge.
I couldn't tell you what I had planned to do in that case. I mean, none of us could.
I think what you meant to say is, I will keep that knowledge under discretion.
Absolutely. No,
I understand. Anyway, let's keep our eyes open and our ears open.
So you're going to
Yeah, we're just gonna keep watches. I guess.
keep watches and going to bed. You, Niall, and Genhorn, when you left downstairs, anything else you want to do, or just everyone? Okay. So you're gonna organize your watches.
Well, no, we went
No,
to get
we went to the.
To get a lead box.
we went to the lead box.
Oh, you went to get. Sorry, you went to get the lead box.
It's a long
Okay.
night.
Yeah. Okay.
Clean
I mean, yeah, it's like 3 a.m. now.
It's fine.
Okay.
Oh, Daddy.
Where's that lead
Okay,
box
as
that I
you
used to
as
play
you
with?
go all the way to the trade port, again you see quite a lot of activity near the castle, which is where quite close to the Winter Garden shop, and eventually you may. I mean, it is in the middle of the night. There are some lamps, oil lamps, and like lit around the trade hall that is always well lit. But the house appears to be, obviously, everyone appears to be sleeping. There's no activity whatsoever.
Do we can just leave a note, maybe.
Okay, here we have. Moment. 2 minutes. Windows open upstairs. Just a notch. And then. Niall, dear! What are you doing? It's your mother.
Hello, Mrs. Wintergarden.
Mr. Genhorn, hello.
Hello.
What do? Why are you doing awake?
Mother, is father awake?
Well, I can wake him up. No, he's sleeping.
Can you wake him up, please?
What do you need?
I need a lead box and a lavender mint tea.
What? Now?
Yes,
Is this urgent?
yes.
He's had a long day.
Oh. Okay, dear, I'm coming downstairs. And you hear them. Look, he says he needs his sleep, but he told me I know where the lead box are. Come over. I'll prepare the tea. Just go to the workshop and how big do you need it?
Have you got?
Because he only has like tiny ones.
Yeah, that just has to fit like something about this kind of size.
Okay. Yes,
If
just
you've
go
got-
on the cupboard.
You wouldn't happen to have two that look very similar, would you?
Well, just go on the cupboard and of course help yourself, Niall. Just leave a note with what you took so he knows.
Okay.
Okay, I'll prepare the tea.
Yes.
And she goes to prepare the tea. You go into the workshop. It's all like full of stuff, and there are cupboards, drawers with tools and different kinds of like alchemical equipment, gear, substances, and there are like several lead boxes, several wooden boxes that keep certain type of substances, and several lead boxes that are specific to keep vials and whatnot there. That you're not really sure why your father chose lead boxes, but for example, that in the lead boxes, in one of them, as you open it, it's like this big. There are lying on the side like 5 vials of quicksilver, mercury, essentially. And there are quite there are like 5 or 6 that are almost pretty much exactly the same, and they all have like a tiny key, like this big, poking out, like with a lid.
So
So they all look about this size. I think that's
they all
okay.
look good too. Can you examine them to get two that look quite similar?
Yeah, they look quite similar. They're worn out, slightly different, but
There's only one key. I guess I'll be able to do that. Me or you? No one else. I sense it.
Yeah. I'm starting to
He's
get a
gonna
little
end
bit
up in
worried
tears,
about
I'll tell you right now.
the intentions of Charles in terms of this gold. Once he heard the amount of money, it seemed to have changed his motivations a little bit, but
How are we gonna anchor this box
I
down?
was in it for any amount of gold.
Just completely untrue.
I could bury it somewhere.
I need to dig it up.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
It's dirty.
We could just leave it somewhere secretly. Put it in the people are doing the work on there. In the floorboards maybe or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, everyone's gonna have to know where the box
If
is.
we put it behind the magic wall, it's pretty safe.
Ah,
We'll sort it out when we get
Let's
back in there.
just pick one.
We'll get two. It's good to have a decoy.
Right. Yes. Okay. Write down a note. 2 boxes.
And thank you. The lavender tea. Is that going to be? Is that coming soon?
Just calm me down a bit.
All right. Okay.
Very important.
Yeah. Then we should get to bed.
when he comes back with a tray and 2 mugs of hot steaming tea, did you find your boxes, dear?
Yes.
Do you need any coin for those boxes or?
Oh, just write it down and I'll make sure that so he knows he had to replace them if he really needs them, but it's fine.
I've already left a note. Have you got any fresh feather pillows?
I mean, we have the ones we had specially made for you that
Mine's
you
a bit
never took.
deflated. You've been sleeping too hard.
You can certainly take that one. No one is using it.
Yes, please.
You know how hard it was to find the
Yes, I know.
Okay. I'll be right back. She goes upstairs and comes back with your carefully designed to specifications feather pillow.
Elgin's doing all right, by the way. We're looking after him.
Oh,
When's Helga going home?
I meant to ask, how is he doing?
Yeah, we're keeping him out of trouble.
Okay.
obviously.
When can they go home, Mother?
What do you mean when they come home? I thought he was living with you and doing well and doing business.
He's just an idiot.
Don't be so harsh with your cousins.
I mean,
He's, you know, he has a different life.
the other one's fine. Can we swap?
And well,
And well,
and well.
That's great.
No, well, she's working with me. We're working in the field world, and trust me, we have our hands full. Look, just give him a chance. It's been what? It's been a 10-day or
He's had
a
plenty.
bit more.
The chances are just so stressed at the minute.
Well, this is what happens with family.
This is helping.
Okay.
Just really need sleep.
So you're gonna walk out there with your 2 similarly looking lead boxes with the tiny keys under your feather pillow.
Yes. Is there only the one key that works with the spare keys for these?
Well, no, they just have the one as far as I know.
Ah, it's okay.
You can always go to a locksmith.
Ah, it's okay. This will do. It's probably better actually. Thank you, Mother.
It's good to see you, dear. What do you come during the day when I'm not so tired and sleeping?
I'm so busy.
Is what? You never sleep?
So, I do. I'm gonna go sleep now, but
Okay.
my schedule is.
Well, yeah, do visit and thank you, Mr. Gernhorn. And even though it's late at night, it's always good to see you.
Thank you for the tea.
Dear
It's very
boy.
nice.
Millie's gone. She left me.
Me? Oh, yes, I remember. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. What did you do?
Didn't do anything.
Oh, so okay.
Just not.
I just assumed.
They just didn't want to really get involved with what we were involved
Okay.
in anymore.
I'm gonna bring them back.
Well,
Niall's-
what are you doing? They so dangerous?
Niall's business is, protecting the city, so these
Of course, it
these
is.
things can get a bit dangerous
I'm
sometimes.
tired now. I just said just get sleep.
Let's just get you
I
back.
feel better in the
Get you
morning.
back home. Get you into your bed with your pillow.
Yes. Just feel that this pillow is just making me sleepy right now.
Should I just carry you back? Is that?
Okay.
Okay.
You carry now back, kind of feather pillow on your shoulder, and anyone else wants to do something else tonight? Okay. You all go to sleep, doing your watches, the standard ones. There are from time to time you hear the flapping of wings of a griffon. Some voices, harsh voices of the City Watch patrol as they are talking. Enroll in the City Watch, they said. You'll see the world, they said.
From one city.
It's we use the
As they in the middle of the cold night, they're kind of patrolling, and there's still some activity. But you all, of course, the rest of the night goes back, and eventually, as you get the feeling that what particularly Sawyer said, everyone is laying low right now.
On watch, I'm just going to use my forgery kit to start making another badge. Like using the other one and
Okay, you're gonna need some new materials because those, not all of those are reusable.
yeah. Okay, so restock my forgery kit with the bits.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. I'll shop in and.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, in the morning, you wake up one by one. Eventually,
Smells of shit.
all.
Thank you. I was about to say I made breakfast, but
Yeah.
I come in with the breakfast and then turn around.
I meant manure,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. If you came down to make breakfast, you will find there Sophie and the kids and the noble kids. They're all and they are showing them around, and the noble kids are kind of like complaining. What? Do I have to cut carrots? And it's like, yeah, you have to cut carrots, and the urchins are kind of like
They're already making breakfast.
enjoy. Yeah, they are. That's kind of like their thing in this place.
It can help.
Yeah.
I'll just kind of sit in the tower room just kind of amazed at what they're doing. Just want to speak
Yeah.
to them and just wait for others to come down.
Okay. Yeah. Eventually, you can all make your way back down there to the tavern.
Kind of like with a lead box then.
Yeah, we got the lead box. Do you want to put the thing in it? You lock it up.
Have you got a key for it?
Well, it's in there. Maybe.
Okay. Is that like one of the
Right.
keys you talked about? Like one of them that you had to lock them in some funky way?
There is one key for the box, which I will be holding on to. But when I'm not holding on to it, Genhorn might be holding on to it.
Wait a minute.
Get
Why,
on,
why is
get
that? Sorry.
Wait, sorry, you
Because
wanted to.
as of now, I trust myself the most, and Genhorn the second most,
Right.
and Millie would be before both of you.
So we all risked our lives so you
He's
could-
new, and he's third most.
What did Geth do?
He decided with you.
He told me to give you the badge.
Awful things you did.
Look, we discussed last night in your absence that we all need to make sure we are working together as best we can. Now, I'm not
that'd be
suggesting.
nice. That'd be lovely.
I gave you the
Not
badge.
stepping
did
on
I
each other's
not?
toes,
I
but-
gave you the badge.
I think the main issue here is,
Trust.
well, beyond trust, we have to figure out what is going to happen with this treasure that we hopefully manage to stop these other gangs and people getting
I
to.
think that will prove exhausting to do now at such an early stage.
Well,
in this
not
game.
necessarily, because we need to go and speak to the people that Niall's reporting to and figure out what exactly we can do in terms of a share for you, because they obviously will want the majority of that coin, but I'm sure as a finder's fee.
I mean, this is why it's not worth discussing now, because the only winners there are the people that Niall works with and the people you are trying to ingratiate with, whereas maybe Keth and myself don't wish to involve as many parties as you do. If they are capable of finding this money, then
You're
they
free
would
to
have
leave
found
then.
it by now. Well, I mean, that's why I think it is not worth discussing at this point in time until we are at a stage where the money is actually a bit more tangible, lest we cause division before we are ready to actually complete that task.
Well, I just think it's best if everyone's on the same page about what they're actually getting out of this, rather than, I don't want to get to a situation where we find whatever we find and then all of a sudden you decided, actually I want half of this money.
Not half.
I mean, I already was a bit worried about how much you were interested in the offer the castle hunters were throwing around the other night.
Oh, not at all. And as far as their offer goes exclusively, I mean, not hugely.
Some of us are here just to clean up the city.
Yeah,
But good.
Well, unfortunately, or for better or worse, I mean, you're part of the team and we all have our own objectives. I mean, we are your assistants if you want, but
In terms of
that doesn't
Greyhand,
mean, well,
this
we're-
is a Greyhand house now.
that
So
does-
as far as you are
Well,
concerned, you are my assistants here.
let's look at it.
That's
Let's look. I mean, not with it. Let's look at this another way. Yesterday we got offered a chance to join the Castellanters and to give them money in exchange for a fee and some help and etc. We have other options as well, and we know actually that we're not going to be able to get to the bottom of this by ourselves. Perhaps because it's just too few of us and already too divided. So I am not entirely against the Black Staff Tower getting involved, but what do they have to offer other than your unestimable help? Because they might just be the one party that is able to provide something else. If we're not willing to join any of the other parties.
Well, this is what I'm trying to put across to you, is that we're not really in this for a share of the gold. We just,
In that case, I'm sure the Black Staff would say, well, what is it you want?
yeah.
Well, for me, I think the fairest approach would be, should we find the money, and presuming that from the going forward you are involved and earn your keep, as it were, as you have already done so in retrieving the stone, then the gold, the fairest thing to do in my mind is to say, okay, well, that gold is split between the 5 of us. You are then free to return your portion to the city if it does not interest you, as are you, as are any of us.
I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go
The
for
black
that.
staff will be like, right, and where's the rest of it? Oh, sorry, we gave it
Well,
to our mates who are now gone.
Yeah.
Well,
They weren't really our
no,
mates.
hang on a minute. No, you didn't give it to anyone. They
They took
risked
their
their
share.
lives many times over to get some of that.
and your portion of the efforts that you have put in has been returned to the city out of your goodwill. You do not have claim to the money. Therefore, you
Well,
have no more of a right to say how it should be spent.
I want to just stop you right there because the money is the money of the city that was embezzled. So,
No, the money was the money of the city.
well,
that's
it
been
still
embezzled.
is really.
No, it's not. Not at all. It's been
Money
embezzled.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it
It's
has
been
since
lost.
been removed and gone for a long period
So
of
if
time.
I took one of your daggers and then I hid it somewhere and someone else found it, is it your dagger or their dagger?
Well, they are not responsible for
your
the theft of the dagger.
But is it? How would you feel about that?
Well,
If you
I'd
then
be annoyed with you and I'd
But-
make you return the dagger. In the same
Well,
way
if
that
I
the
didn't
city
exist
should
anymore,
be
if I was removed
annoyed.
from this situation and it was just you and the person that found the dagger,
This is getting deep.
Well, that's a completely different situation because
well, how would you feel about that?
Okay,
I would be annoyed with you
Let's-
for taking
let's-
the dagger.
Listen, there's no point.
That's how I would feel. You can't say that's
no,
wrong.
with it. No, with it.
Listen, there's no point of haggling us for money.
And there's no
But it's-
point you
it's-
haggling
it's
us
not
for
mine.
for
what? But
money.
you're working for your position, for your
You-
place. I'm not working for any position.
You're
What
trying
do I
you're trying to
get?
strike a deal when it's not a deal for me to strike
Yeah,
with
we're
you.
just- what we're trying to say is
You want to strike a deal, you need to go to Blackstone
We need-
beforehand.
No, because the deal with the
Yeah,
Black
you're
Star Tower
crazy.
doesn't exist.
What we're
What
trying-
do you get? You get your badge. You get your position. What do we get? Nothing. No, thank you
You're-
very much.
You're telling
Go
us
back to your whatever the hell you came from.
The entire thing we're working towards is predetermined that it's all going to the Blackstaff Tower, and that is our base negotiating position, which is untrue. Your negotiating position is that the money will go to the Blackstaff Tower. Ours is that we take our share and it goes elsewhere. No point has it been decided that should the money be retrieved, or at least it's not been decided by me or by Keth, or should you continue to help us, that it will go to the Blackstaff Tower. You have made that decision and imparted that with force on us. In the same way that I could say right now, actually no, I'm going to take all the money, which obviously I don't have a right
Excuse
to
me,
do.
right? If you are reaping the rewards of what the Grey Hands have been offering you through me and through your deceiving
Which is what?
badge forgery
You're
skills,
on probation.
right? if you take the gold by those means, then you have no right to the
How
gold
about
at all.
this? How about I go to the Blackstaff Tower and I tell them that you murdered the Greyhounds? How about I go there and I tell them that?
Do it.
You know, you were there, the
You'd
bodies
be a
can attest
fool.
to that. My point is,
Go ahead.
we are not in bed with them any more than we are with the Castellantes. Your allegiance to them has no influence on us. This is why I said we do not discuss what's done with the money, because all it's going to do is cause division. We get ourselves in a position where the money is tangible and we can get a hold of it. Then we decide what we're going to do with it. Otherwise,
And then we bring
if
out
you're
50
telling
cups.
me,
Yeah,
if you're
that's-
telling me that as soon as we find the money, it's going to the Blackstaff Tower and it's up to them
Well-
how much I get of that, then I'm going to walk out now and I'll continue this on my own.
Listen, right?
What I'm trying to say.
And I'll take the stone with me because I was the one that got it off the nimble right in the
What
first
I'm trying to
place.
say is.
Yes, that was just an effort by you. Yes,
Well-
sole effort.
I was the one that.
It's pointless to
Got
discuss
possession.
that. It's pointless to discuss this at the moment.
If we go to the Blackstaff Tower and we discuss the situation with Blackstaff, then we can negotiate on your behalf.
No, you're not negotiating on my behalf because
What will happen after? Okay, say we've divided the money, divided the gold. I take the share to Blackstaff. Say, here's the gold we found. It was meant to be this much. It's not anymore because these guys have it. And then what?
well, then they can come after us for the
They
money if
will.
they want.
Wonderful. Because you
And then we'll deal with it from
because you
there.
didn't agree it beforehand. It is not okay.
Sorry, if I may interject. Perhaps it would be easier if you understand it if you understand it as their fee. This isn't the money that they have taken. You have owed them 100,000 50,000 and you haven't taken it from.
It's not mine to oh!
So you give it out of your pocket.
I mean, until we know what the offer is on the table from the Blackstaff, then it'd be better if we get that, and then that's a tangible thing that you can then.
Is the gold really what you want?
You reprimanded me for insinuating that you were trying to get in bed with the Blackstaff. You've really not.
Is the gold
changed my
really all you want?
Of course, it's what I want. I'm old.
What do you want to do with the gold?
Retire. I am old and I am tired, and I have spent my life looking over my shoulder. If I can get that money and I can disappear and set up a little life for myself, I will do so.
Right.
I've earned
Blackstaff,
this.
I'm sure, will be able to accommodate that.
Yes, with the gold that we retrieve.
And then no one.
As is pointed out, it is a fee.
And then no one will can try and find you.
It doesn't. I don't want to make it.
Go
deal
against
with
your
them.
retiring dreams.
I'm doing this for myself. I've put my neck on the line without their
Let's
approval.
let's
They
have-
don't know who I am.
Don't have to
I've
look
never
over
met
your
them.
back
let's have
ever
some
again.
breakfast, and everyone can just calm down a little bit.
I think.
What are you gonna do with gold, Keth? You want to retire? You're not as old as him.
To be honest, I've lived poor for too long. And
So what are you gonna spend?
sorry?
What are you gonna spend the gold on?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. Actually, perhaps some influence in the city.
You think about what
Would
you
not
want
go
to spend the
amiss.
gold on, and then that's what you really want, isn't it? So that's what you can ask for.
I've never had much gold.
The
either.
right way.
I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna risk my life,
Gold-
I'm not gonna go ask
Listen,
for a
gold
reward.
doesn't buy all the things.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Mm.
Being rich doesn't make you happy. I mean, look at people at the castle hunters. The kids are dying.
But you.
I feel like the money, being rich, would make them happy because their kids would then possibly not die. Is their whole situation. So actually, in that case, being richer would make them happy in that they would keep their kids alive.
Well, only if they get rich enough, and then they'll have no money again, and then they'll probably be even more unhappy, and it's just an endless cycle of pain and suffering.
Well,
caused by
it's one
greed.
I'm willing to live inside of.
I mean, regardless of the money, I think what you fail to understand here is that you are doing something because you are getting something out of it.
Well, not really.
We are not getting. If you
Of
get
course
what
it
you
is.
want out of it, we are not getting anything out of it. It might not be a tangible thing. It might be status, your pride, your reputation, your feeling that you're doing the right thing.
A clean city.
Yeah, lovely. Sounds fabulous. I only moved here
Utopia.
3 months ago. I mean, what do I care about?
Nice
It's-
window, yeah.
You are aware we're not ridding the city of the Zenta and the Xanathars. That's not the goal here. The city isn't going to be clean because the money that people are after has gone. Once that's gone, there'll be a new thing. And after that, there'll be a new... You know why they call it the Grand Game? It's not called the 500,000 Dragons game, is it? It's every time this comes up, there's another thing, there's another
What if
thing.
the right people are winning every single time?
Well, that hasn't been the case so far. Also, right is subjective. You know, I ran with
I
the
wasn't a
Xanathars
grey
for a
hand all
long
that
time. Circumstances could have been different that I'd be running with them now. And I would think that I was doing the right thing. In the same way you think you're doing the right thing.
And then at that, the door opens.
And it's Xanathar!
And you see a dwarf kind of like shaking a bit of snow off the robes, the clothes. Has
Does he have two beards?
has a beard that is split in two and tied with two knots, and the moustache as well. Looks like this. Has like a set of glasses,
Jesus Christ.
long red beard. Looks around and
Who the
says,
hell are you?
Ah, Thorvin.
"Well.
Do we have a lock on our door?
This certainly looks like crap, but as lively as the bowels of the earth indeed. I am Thorvin, Twinbeard. Good to meet you, folks." And steps inside, nodding, and closes the door behind him.
Do you know this
We're
guy?
gonna take a break there, guys, because it's 5:45.
It's movie time. I need to leave.
Is that why he's so angry? Like pent up whiz.
Should we do like internal battle TPK before Lucas goes on holiday?
This session is gonna be called
Trials and tribulations?
yes, or yeah.
I know who's going to win this internal battle TPK.
Or,
The DM.
I was going to say the monk is going to run off with the box.
or it could be the bonfire of loyalties.
I said
Anyway.
bring up the money.